We have been taking whistleblower testimony from brave patriots, people who worked at the FBI.
We expect more whistleblowers to come forward and sit for these depositions.
House Judiciary Chair Jim Jordan pinning his probe into alleged political bias at the Justice Department and the FBI on unnamed whistleblowers.
This is dozens of FBI whistleblowers coming to talk to us.
You just said dozens. Do you have notes from those, or they're just talking to you, your staff?
Mr. Chair.
One of the GOP whistleblowers is former FBI agent Steve Friend.
We established earlier credibility matters, certainly for witnesses who appear before us. Mr. Friend, what about you? Do you know Kash Patel as well?
Yes.
And did you receive any money from Kash Patel?
Yes, he gave me a donation last November.
A donation?
Yes.
Are you a charitable organization?
I was an unpaid, indefinitely suspended man trying to feed his family, and his reached out to me and said he wanted to give me a donation.
Do you think it's appropriate for some of these whistleblowers, including two who will be at your hearing today, to be paid by one of the former president's closest advisors, Kash Patel, who's active?
They got a family. How are they supposed to feed their family? He's got 4 kids, and he's got a 2-week-old newborn child. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Of course they're gonna do whatever they can to feed their family, and I don't fault them for that.
Steve Friend, one of the whistleblowers that we saw the soundbite from him on Fox News that Sarah shared. He's a former FBI agent in Florida. He was suspended last year for objecting to that SWAT raid of a suspect who had been at January 6th and had an AR-15 style rifle. So what do you make of that situation?
So the idea from Jim Jordan is this is a conscientious objector. But now we find out, what did he object to? He resisted and refused to assist the FBI in its SWAT arrest of this individual who is an alleged 3%er militia member. And in fact, they're called the B Squad. And they're featured in the final report by the January 6th committee because they engaged in the assault on the Capitol. And in fact, under testimony...
Someone known to be armed.
Somebody known to be armed and dangerous. And in fact, in his testimony, Friend then admits that he was known to be armed and dangerous, and then that would qualify for a SWAT operation. So it just all falls apart.
So he admits that it qualifies, but he didn't do it and wants conscientious objector status. Doesn't add up.
Exactly.
A third GOP whistleblower, Garrett O'Boyle, says he was suspended from the FBI and stripped of his security clearance after allegedly making an unauthorized media disclosure.
Mr. O'Boyle, do you know who Kash Patel is?
I do.
Have you received any money from Kash Patel or his organization?
I have.
Is Kash Patel helping you finance your counsel?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. If a Republican wins the White House, and Lord help us if that does not happen, but if, let's say it's Trump, don't you believe that he has to completely dismantle the FBI and remake it into what it was originally supposed to be? I mean, can this be saved at this point?
Yeah, but you're right. We're going to need a new president who's going to have to come in and put the right people at the top.
Less than 2 months ago, former President Trump, facing mounting investigations into his many alleged crimes, declared that, quote, Republicans in Congress should defund the DOJ and the FBI until they can come to their senses. So here we are, watching House Republicans jump to lay the foundation to defund law enforcement. My colleagues on the far right are on a mission to attack, discredit, and ultimately dismantle the FBI. This is defund the police on steroids.
But when people say it's time to disband the FBI, to delegate those authorities to others, such as the U.S. Marshals, there's a growing number of people in Congress who begin to feel this way. For those who say, you know, maybe the FBI, we could delegate those authorities and actually completely defund them, you can understand why American people feel that way about that.
And I don't care if it takes every second of our time and every ounce of our energy. We either get this government back on our side or we defund and get rid of, abolish the FBI, CDC, ATF, DOJ, every last one of them.